last flight out of Valdosta tonight, not that any of you are flying, but due to anticipated snow and very wintry weather in metro Atlanta. So make sure you take a look at the weather before you head up, for those of you that make the leave tomorrow. I wanted to mention to you, John and I did meet with Mr. Rhines, Mr. Ross today, giving okay photos. Most of that is just some settling of that is correctable, and some of which have already been identified, some of which has already been addressed. So, that is often common with these pavers that are placed in a sand base that is just settling on the sand. So the contractor, most of that's still under warranty, will be asked to come in, and John's handling that and make those corrections. So we did not see anything there of a major concern, and there already been an issue with the fountain, which is being corrected again under warranty. One point I wanted to make on this Knowles comment about the distinction, just for clarification, not for debate, but the largest water customer may be 301,000 gallons a day, but that's potable water, that's fresh water withdrawn from the aquifer and sold, as opposed to the 750,000 gallons, which is treated wastewater. It's reuse of treated wastewater. It's not water available for sale or human consumption. And gray water, of course, is considered very environmentally friendly. The reuse of treated wastewater and is actually a conservation technique in that it preserves our drinking water supply and minimizes the need to use it. So that is the distinction there. We're talking about treated wastewater as opposed to potable water. And then regarding the sewage overflow, of course, we did send out the press release, the timing and the release itself, and have all the EPD requirements. As soon as the overflow was known, it was handled by the utility department. It was caused by grease blockage from private businesses entering the system, and everything has been done in compliance, and the testing will be done within compliance. And of course, we are required to report all of that to EPD, so it will be handled as it should be. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor. Thank you. Council comments? Yes.
I want to clear something for the record. I did not get to complete with Mr. Rose what I was saying, and I want to clear up the record. He misunderstands the rule when you say this council is not bound by former councils. That's a rule of law that one body is not bound. That does not mean the act itself is not valid. The policy is not valid.
The council is allowed to take action to reverse something or repeal something.
Actually, the law is that one council is not bound because of free legislation. That is, if like what happened today in the United States Congress, the House of Representatives chose to repeal the medical bill that was passed last year. You have the choice to decide to repeal any orders we have on the book. That's what the rule of law is. It does not mean that this on the books is invalid.
And
I didn't fully explain that to you because he interrupted me and wanted to go on with the other things. In other words, your policy is still valid, and if you want to change it, you change it.
Councilman Jefferson,
what is it that we had some discussion about this gray water, about treating this gray water and using this?
Yeah, I think when Mr. Lofton came before this council several years ago about this project, two and a half, he did ask for the city's consideration in selling gray water, treated wastewater to this industry, and our director of utilities has met over the last several years with the company itself. But I think what we're saying, we just never reached a point where we have signed a contract. One correct statement is that it would be the largest customer the city would serve, because it would be the first and the only customer we would have selling treated wastewater.
Used water.
Right.
Used water.
Right. So
recycling water. Okay. But we haven't took a formal order, but we let them know that we was.
Yeah, that is correct. I think the industrial authority proceeded with their negotiations several years ago based upon an expectation that the city of Valdosta Utility Department would sell treated wastewater to that company for their cooling purposes.
We waste a lot of time
understand, about your phrase, waste of time, but the beauty about a democracy is that people get to express their views. Even though someone may think they're repetitive, I've seen new information, additional information every time.
Because they don't get the answer that you're not saying what they want you to say.
I do that a lot.
You're not saying what you want them to say.
Yeah.
You want us to say.
That's called selective listening.
Yeah, just hope the same thing.
I understand, sir.
Waste.
Councilman White was next, if you're done, Councilman.
Can anyone offer a status update on the MLK Corridor project?
That's just down here, Kevin already leave. I know that the contractor's mobilized, we had to work. Contractor's mobilized, Kevin, have they started?
Yeah, he's mobilized and he's done some drainage work right at the corner of MLK and Ashton. That was the first operation he's done. And you've seen the project sign out there and the equipment that's been out there for a few weeks.
Do we have an estimate on the length of the project?
In terms of time,
Time, please.
the contract time is 150 days, so that's 5 months.
Thank you.
Councilman Wright.
Going back to some of this discussion we was having prior to Councilwoman's White concern on this privilege that they gave handing out tonight. They said that the plant will be powered by wood and sewer sludge. Now, I hadn't heard a whole lot about sewer sludge, and is this something that we will be contracted to do with them in terms of sewer sludge?
Of course, the primary energy source of the plant will be wood byproduct from the multi-county area. That would be 99.8% of the fuel supply. 2/100ths of 1% of the fuel supply would be dried sludge from the city's wastewater treatment plant. The interest in that is currently the city incurs a very large expenditure because, of course, it's very limited as to what you can do with that. And currently, we dispose of that in a landfill. So we're hauling loads of dried sludge, human waste, to a landfill, multiple trips to dispose of it at a significant cost of about $23 per ton, which equates to approximately $250,000 a year. So we get utilized in trying to help the city save that money by using it as 2/100ths of 1% of the fuel supply. And the interest in the company is that it has moisture in it. It is dry sludge, and the moisture content helps with the burning of the wood. And it's really a significantly insignificant part of the overall fuel supply. So it's done around the country, and in fact, there are many facilities around the country, even in some of the North Carolina communities that have been discussed. And newer wastewater treatment plants actually burn the waste that's generated there to supply fuel to operate the entire plant. They burn 100% of it, not 2/100ths of 1%. So that is often done and is being done and recommended as a method in states like North Carolina and other communities. So that is how that has come to be.
There's a wastewater treatment plant, I think, in Charlotte